Parents across town began pulling their kids out of school today because of a potential shooter. We've got the details. Plus, were you at the Randall King concert on Saturday at Cooper's? If so, you might want to check this out. I'm Joe Hyde, and this is Live. We'll get into everything else in a second, but first, the Taste of San Angelo 2022 will be held at the First Community Federal Credit Union Spur Arena, Tuesday night, September 13th, starting at 6:30 p.m. Over 40 San Angelo restaurants will be serving up the best of their menu fare, including beverages. Tickets are just $30 for adults, $10 for children under 12, for all you can eat. They're available at the Chamber of Commerce, Fuentes Downtown Cafe, the Original Henry's, Roosters, Western Sky Steakhouse, and, of course, at the door. We'll see you Tuesday at the Taste of San Angelo. We start off the show today with news that everyone wants to know about. Late last night, San Angelo Live's messenger box filled up with concerned citizens claiming that someone may be trying to cause terror at a local high school. The post had a number of things that caused concern. Most notably was a picture with 2 bullets in the hand of the suspect who claimed he had 100 of them, 99 for the school and 1 for himself. The post eventually got its way to the San Angelo ISD and the San Angelo Police Department. The suspect, a 16-year-old male, was arrested for making threats. He is being held at the San Angelo Juvenile Center. Although the threat was made, school was still held in regular schedule. At around 8 o'clock Saturday night, San Angelo Live received reports of a high-speed chase that was coming through San Angelo. It exited at College Hills and continued out on Knickerbocker Road past the airport, eventually ending at the Randall King concert at Cooper's Barbecue in Christoval. Law enforcement vehicles lined the highway in front of Cooper's while looking for the suspect. A sheriff deputy on scene told reporters that all he could say was the chase started in Reynolds County. As law enforcement was about to abandon the search, a Tres Amigos convenience store employee said the suspect just walked into the store where he was arrested. Randall King tweeted that the suspect, identified as Isaiah Rodriguez of New Mexico, had purchased a T-shirt to blend into the crowd. I mean, he bought a Randall King T-shirt. Rodriguez was charged with unauthorized use of a motor vehicle, evading arrest with a vehicle, and evading arrest on foot. And the the bond has been set for $52,500. For more on the story and how he stole the vehicle, go to sanangelolive.com. Somehow that truck did not crash, but at least the red truck didn't crash last night or Saturday night. But speaking of trucks, we have one that did. On Monday morning at around 10 o'clock, police and fire were called out to Coningheim and Tuig for a report of a major crash. The crash was between a cement truck and a tree. There were no injuries in the crash, but it did take crews a while to clean up the mess. Another issue that was the truck was full of cement. I mean, it was really full of cement. I mean, heavy. Homeowners ended up solving the problem, though, and street crews with the city of San Angelo chopped the tree up into a bunch of little pieces and got rid of it. When crashing a cement truck, remember what Einstein discovered. The energy of a cement truck is equal to the weight times the velocity squared. E equals mc squared. And now on to weather. For the next 7 days, it's looking like weather is going to be nice and sunny. It's looking like there won't be a cloud in the sky for the majority of the week. Highs are looking to be in the mid to low 90s, and the hottest day coming on Sunday with highs of 97. Lows will be at around the 70s mark. After Thursday, look for cooler temperatures to begin as the first day of fall. And now,
UIL State Executive Committee has suspended Richland Springs head coach Jerry Burkhart after allegations of recruiting players were brought against the six-man legend. Today, the UIL streamed the meeting live, to which they ruled Burkhart would be suspended for 3 seasons after a 14-minute phone call with a former Mullen ISD student. 4 days after the phone call took place, the student-athlete enrolled at Richland Springs High School. The SEC said Burkhart should have told the student he could not speak to him on the matter, and the committee members made comments like, 14 minutes? There's no doubt in my mind what happened. Burkhart has been coaching in Richland Springs for the last 18 years, and he's had a powerhouse. His record is 232-14, and he has 9 state championships for the school. It remains to be seen whether his record will remain untarnished by the suspension.
Is Sandy Harrison with the Concho Valley Republican Women. Sandy, thanks you for being here.
Thank you. It's great to be here with you, Janice.
What brings you here today?
Today we're here to talk about Lieutenant Governor Dan Patrick. He's going to be visiting San Angelo a week from Thursday, September 22nd.
Okay.
He'll be at the Concho Valley Republican Women Luncheon.
Mm-hmm.
It'll begin at 11:30, and I'll give a few more details toward the end. But we're really, really excited about having him here. It's been a long time since he was out in San Angelo, Texas.
All right, and he's of course this is a political season, and there's an election coming up in November, and he's on the ballot. So
He is,
and he has a pretty strong opponent. So he needs all the support he can get.
Absolutely, and West Texas has always been really good to Dan Patrick, and we expect him to do the same this time around. He is such an interesting person beyond his political persona that most people know. He was a radio talk show host. He actually started the first conservative talk show in Houston area and brought Rush Limbaugh on as a guest years and years ago. I assume it was really quite a long time ago. He also has a very strong faith. He was very instrumental in starting the first program in the prisons to bring a seminary in there, mission to the witness to these prisoners, and now there are a multitude of prisoners that are now going on and continuing his legacy.
All right.
He just really is a wonderful person on top of being a great lieutenant governor.
And the lieutenant governor is, there's the governor and then the lieutenant governor, but in some respects, he's more powerful than the governor because he presides over the Senate.
His legislature, legislative role. And he has had some really profound legislative outcomes. I think one of the ones that was in 2019, he passed the most comprehensive education reform in Texas we've ever had.
Okay, all right.
Of course, he's also led the charge to reduce property taxes, and he's just been really instrumental in our border security, as everyone knows. I think you've probably all seen him either on your local state news or national news or Fox News, as he's on frequently.
Right. Now, the Republican women have a luncheon every month.
We do. We have 10 meetings a year. We don't meet in November or December. So September will be our next to last meeting. And actually, just to bait people, next month will be Sherry Hubbard, who is the pro tem of the Silver-haired legislature.
Okay, all
and
right.
she'll have quite a bit of interesting news to bring to those of us who are interested in what's going on behalf of senior citizens and such.
And your luncheons are always at the River Stage.
They're always
the Riverview Restaurant.
Riverview Terrace. Yes, that's on Avenue D. They begin at 11:30 and they end at 1 o'clock. It's $17 a person, and people can RSVP, which is very recommended, particularly this month, as was last month with August Pfluger. We had nearly 130 attend that lunch, so I highly recommend it. And this gives them plenty of time, over 10 days, to respond. They can call 653-7500 or go online to cvrw.org and make a reservation online.
All right, and that's Dan Patrick, not this Thursday, but the following Thursday.
Correct, the 22nd of September.
All right. Have I left anything out, Sandy?
No, Thank you. I appreciate you helping us get the word out to San Angelo and the surrounding area.
All right, great. Sandy Harrison, Concho Valley Republican Women, Lieutenant Governor Dan Patrick here next Thursday. Go ahead and make reservations for that. We'll be right back.
Hey folks, Todd Price from Jim Bass Ford. Have you noticed the last couple of years cars and trucks have been overpriced? Well, not anymore. At Jim Bass, we have a slew of F-150s priced around $4,000 off MSRP. Now, my Uncle Perk used to tell me, Todd, opportunities are never lost. Somebody takes the ones you miss. Don't y'all miss this one. Jim Bass Ford, Houston Hart Harden Road, or 24/7 at bassbunch.com.
And that's not this Thursday, but next Thursday when Dan Patrick, who is the Lieutenant Governor, will be in San Angelo speaking at the Concho Valley Republican Women. This race is pretty important. If you haven't been following the politics in Texas, Dan Patrick and Mike Collier, who's the Democrat challenger for Lieutenant Governor, are within 4 points. Collier barely lost by 4 points last time. Collier is riding on Beto's coattails. There's going to be a lot of votes in the urban areas for Collier. And if Dan Patrick can't spur up some excitement here in the Concho Valley and in Amarillo, Lubbock, Abilene, and Midland, Odessa, he might lose this race, and then we'll have a Democrat in charge of the Texas Senate. And you know what will happen then, what follows behind that. We'll have a change of governance, and Texas will be bluer. I guess you could say it would be purple, because the Lieutenant Governor in the Senate runs the agenda of the Texas legislature. So make sure that you look for some news about Dan Patrick. You might want to look into the race. If you're apolitical, you don't care which way one of the others, it's going to be an interesting race, interesting contest there for Lieutenant Governor. Anyway, this has been San Angelo Live TV News at 4 o'clock every day, whether it's on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, or sanangelolive.com. I'm Joe Hyde.